Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 422 of Scotch and Smoke Rings. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, here as always, with my suspenders set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you today. Sorry about last week, I had internet problems. I called CenturyLink up and I read them the riot act. They came out to my house, and then I read them the riot act in person, and hopefully things are cleared up. I've had a strong, uninterrupted week. No downtime, so if anything happens during this show, it's because they're throttling me. That's my only possible conclusion. I haven't changed any software setup on my machine, so let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best. Hope that we can get through this show. Anyway, got a great show for you today. We've been working really hard all week, and I'm really glad to have the mods on today to help with the stream so that I can, well, I probably should have made this before the program, but Destiny 2, here, hold on a second. Destiny 2 or Metro. Destiny 2 Metro. Okay. Let me share this with all of you. Oh man. Why isn't it letting me chat? Here, mods, if you wouldn't mind sharing this for me. I'm going to share this on Discord. Anyway, there's the straw poll. If you want to see Destiny 2, Destiny 2 is in beta right now, and I believe that it's in beta for the next few days. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I played it for a little bit yesterday. I'm thinking about making a video on it this weekend, and I'd love to hear from you guys before I do so. So go ahead and fill out this poll, and if you want to see me do Destiny 2 today or Metro. Now, I mean, part of me really wants to play Metro because I didn't get to play it last week. My show ended, and I didn't get to play it. It was so frustrating. So I didn't bother playing Metro last week. I'm not going to play the game without you. I want to make sure that you guys are here for the entire broadcast, so I saved that for you, so I didn't get to play it last week, so I'm kind of bummed. I really want to play it this week. But then again, Destiny 2 is brand new, and I kind of enjoyed playing it yesterday. So, mods, if you wouldn't mind sharing this link with the people on Twitch and YouTube for me, I'd really appreciate it. And based on the results of this, I will go ahead and decide which game to play today. But before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, it's cigar time, right? Cigar time here at Scotch and Smoke Rings. The show hasn't started until we've set this thing on fire. So I've got my brand new desktop cigar cutter thingamabobber, and we're gonna fit that in there, do one little guillotine, and check it out. It's a nicely cut cigar. Wow. And the results are overwhelming so far. I'm not going to talk about the results until I love my audience.
Actually, that's just Twitch. It's not letting me post it on YouTube, so that's like
just
not
Twitch?
Even a third of your viewers.
Wow, my Twitch viewership has grown if that's just Twitch. Really? All right, cool. Yeah, how do we get this onto YouTube then? Because for some reason I can't post a comment on my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, it's not letting. It's saying I can't post it because it's a link for some reason.
All right, hold on. I got this. YouTube. Don't you worry. I'm gonna take care of you. Heading on over to my YouTube channel. There we go. Now click on the live stream button, and hopefully I don't have a bunch of videos start auto-playing because that would just be frustrating. But if I can click on the live stream section as soon as it loads, there we go. I can post this for you all. Or I could light this cigar since it's in my mouth. Oh, nope, it just loaded, so let's put this in there. There, now YouTube has it. Go ahead and share that, ladies and gentlemen, with each other. See, the reason it took me so long to log in is because I have 3 different browsers that I use for various purposes. I use Google Chrome for all of my personal stuff. I use Firefox for all of my YouTube stuff. And I close all of the browsers when the broadcast starts to reduce my system's load. So I had to launch a new browser. And anyway, so there you go. There's the poll. And we'll see what you guys want to see today. Anyway, I got to set this on fire. It's important. Come on. I am using matches today. There we go. There we go. fire. The words are so. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a week we have had. What a week. We have been working so hard on Honest Hearts, and we're almost done. Tomorrow is the final video in my series on Honest Hearts, and I'm in the middle of producing it right now. I have all the footage shot. I have all the audio recorded. I just need to edit the audio and then combine the two and sync them up, and I got a bit of work tonight, but I'm really happy to be spending this time with you because I need a break. I like enjoying a good cigar and playing a game with all of you. But tomorrow's the final episode on Honest Hearts. We're going to go over all of the loot, and I really, really hope you guys have been enjoying this series. I had so much fun. See, the reason this is special for me is because I never did this before. I know that it's been 10 years for some of you, or not really 10 years, but what, 7 years for some of you since you last played Honest Hearts. And so for you, it's old hat, but for me, this is my first time playing Honest Hearts. And so I'm getting to enjoy these stories for the very first time and enjoy them as somebody new to the DLC. And the fact that I get to share my first impressions with all of you as I discover these wonderful characters and locations for the first time is a great blessing, and it's just makes the game so much more fun for me. Huh! Interesting! Adding the poll to YouTube dramatically changed the results. So the Twitch audience is extremely biased one way, but the YouTube audience is a little bit more complex. It'll be interesting to see how this poll carries on throughout the rest of the day. Well, for the next hour or so, however long I'm doing this. I'm out of Scotch. Sorry, I realize. I pasted the link to the poll once. If any of you have it open, please share it with each other. Although I don't think. Oh, that's right. You guys get banned if you share links. Not banned. You guys get your messages silenced if you share links. So I guess I got to keep this open and share it over and over again. All right, let me launch the browser again. One of these days, I'll get a professional setup here on Scotch and Smoke Rings. One of these days. All right, for those of you asking for the link to the poll, I'll share it again. We need Metro, says Carl. Yeah, I know. There's just something amazing about Metro. By the way, have you seen? I'm sure you have. Maybe I'm just the. Maybe it was new to me. But have you seen the E3 video presentation for the next Metro that's coming out? I was blown away. I was so excited. It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. It looks like so much fun. So I can't wait to finish this Metro and then the next one, Last Light. Is that what it's called? Uh-oh. My mouse is about to die. So I can't wait to finish this one and then Last Light and then go on to the next one. It looks like so much fun. So I'm glad we found a game that we can live stream together that we all enjoy. Metro is a blast, but Destiny 2 is new, so there is something to be said for the newness of it. And, well, we'll just see what the poll results are. All right. What was it? Oh, Scotch. I'm completely out of Scotch, so instead I have rum. But it's not my typical favorite rum. I do love a spiced rum. Kraken is one of my favorite brands of rum. All I had was Bacardi. That's all I had. I need to make a trip to the liquor store. It's been a while, but cheers to some cheers to some clear Bacardi rum and a cigar, ladies and gentlemen. You shouldn't be drinking it this way, but needs must. Hey Oxhorn, any chance on After Dark coming back? Maybe. I do need to finish BioShock, but you know, some of the games I was playing during the After Dark segment, they became too much. Even for me. I typically think I have a good constitution for that kind of thing, but it was too much for me. It's Outlast. I enjoyed Outlast until the very end where we saw a lot of detailed moments of human anatomy, which was a bit too much for me. And then in the sequel, we see a lot of dead babies, so I kind of had to draw the line at dead babies. So no more Outlast on Scotch and Smoke Rings. Instead, we're playing Metro. And the only violence and gore we see in Metro is a bunch of dead Nazis, communists, and monsters. It's like, oh, this is so great. We're killing monsters, Nazis, and communists. But like Soviet communists. I'm still probably going to offend somebody. No matter what I do, I'm still going to offend someone. All right. There we go. See, this is what happens. I get to talking too much, and then my cigar goes out. So I should probably leave it to the mods. I'm going to take a break. Mods, are there any wonderful comments out there that I've missed since I've been sitting here blathering for 5-10 minutes?
Okay, so Wanted Robot wants to know, what's your opinion on the Fallout 4 Creation Club?
Great question. I don't want to steal my own thunder, because I have a video planned for this weekend. I wanted to finish Honest Hearts first. I know the Creation Club came out a few days ago, and if I was one of those smart YouTubers who wanted to get on the cutting edge of everything, I would have scrapped my plans and published a video right then and there. But that would have been unfair to the subscribers who have been following my Honest Hearts series. They've been expecting an Honest Hearts video every day until I resolved the entire series. So I want to do them justice and finish Honest Hearts first. Thankfully, we're finishing Honest Hearts tomorrow, so that leaves the weekend open for me to publish content on the Creation Club. I may do a video on Destiny 2, depending on what the community wants, and then I definitely want to do a video on the Creation Club, where I go through each of the new Creation Club mods. I know they're not mods, but I mean mods. I'll go through each of those and review them and talk about whether or not I like them, basically. So I want to save all my thoughts for that video. But to give you a brief overview of how I'm going to be doing that video, I've already gone through and shot all of the footage, so I definitely have an opinion. I still believe that the Creation Club has potential. I'm disappointed in its current implementation. And I'll go through all of my reasons for that in the video that I published this weekend. Hope that answers your question.
Okay, so Zombie LE Pro 17, I probably butchered that name. He says, I know you may not like the game or have heard of it, but what do you think about playing Middle-earth Shadow of War on Oxhorn After Dark?
You're right. I mean, I haven't heard of it, but based on the name, I'm thinking it's based on Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth. And if that's, you know, I love Tolkien. I've read the entire Lord of the Rings series and The Hobbit and the Silmarillion. I've read it all, and I love it. I don't know, I'm kind of in a phase of my life where I'm not that interested in fantasy. I used to be really interested in fantasy when I was a lot younger, but for some reason it just doesn't capture my imagination like it once did. So that's why I'm more into post-apocalyptic genre and science fiction than I am into fantasy these days. So I probably won't be tackling a fantasy-based game, even if it's an amazing game, for some time. This is one of the reasons I haven't done Skyrim yet. I respect Skyrim, I've played Skyrim, I beat the main plot to Skyrim, but it's not something I could really sit down and be passionate about at this point. Maybe someday in the future. But I'm passionate about Fallout, everything Fallout, and so that's what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future.
Okay, so Mandel73 asks, what's your favorite hard liquor and your favorite cigar?
My favorite hard liquor has got to be... There's no getting around it. As much as I like Lagavulin, there's something about Laphroaig. I don't know. There's just that twisted, burnt sort of campfire flavor of Laphroaig is so good. Especially when it's smooth. When you get an older bottle, when it's really nice and smooth. That's going to be my favorite alcoholic beverage. And then cigar, I mean, it's hard for me to review cigars since I don't have a very good sense of taste. So, it's about the shape and the feel in my hand and whether or not it's easy for me to get a good flow of smoke. And I've been smoking a lot of La Aurora cigars recently, so I'm going to go with those. And mods, if for some reason Clockwork, you can't find really good comments or anything, it's cool to say, hey Oxhorn, I need to take a break, and then I can go ahead and read them myself. So if you don't have anything, just let me know and I'll go back to the chat myself.
No, it's fine. We're just a tad understaffed today.
I know, you're doing it all yourself. Go ahead.
William Coppersmith asks, what's your opinion on the Batman Arkham series?
You know, I feel like I'm disappointing my audience. I'm not well educated when it comes to games. I'm really not. I don't play console games. I haven't played any other games but Fallout. I mean, that's really all I know. So you can ask me any question you want. I'm happy to answer. I've never played Arkham. I don't do Superman, superhero, Batman games. I haven't played any multiplayer games. I mean, I am not well educated on all of the other games. I'm sorry if that disappoints anybody. I'm great at Fallout. You want to ask me about Fallout? I'll tell you everything you need to know about Fallout. Maybe even World of Warcraft. I knew a lot about that back in the day. I played a bit of Overwatch, and I'm having fun with Metro. That's the extent of my gaming knowledge right there. So that's the best I can do. Unless you want to talk to me about games from the 90s. When I was a young boy, I played console games from the 90s, so I'm happy to answer games about those. Like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Tactics. I played the snot out of those games. Sorry.
Okay, someone asked this, and I can't find his name, and I apologize, but he knows who he is. Okay. He asks, what's the first Fallout game you've ever played?
The first Fallout game I ever played was Fallout 3. It is what I fell in love with the world with Fallout 3. And I know that, there are going to be some old-timers who are, they're super into the Fallout lore, and they started with Fallout 1, and they're like, oh, Fallout 3, what happens in Fallout 1? Okay, that's fine. But you know what? It was 2008. I was being paid to play Fallout 3. I did it as part of my job. I was working for a wonderful company called WeGame. They paid me to produce content for Fallout 3 and a bunch of other games. And so I sat down, and it was the first game where, this is my job, and I'm doing it for work. And I enter the world, and I'm like, this is so immersive and fun. And I was having just a great time. So it was, it just inspired me. And then after the great economic crash of 2008, I couldn't afford to play that game anymore, so I had to go get a different job, and I started a new career. And so I kind of lost the whole Fallout thing until Fallout 4 came out. Then when Fallout 4 came out, I didn't want to buy it. Because I knew I would get into it. I knew I would get really into it, so I put it off, and months went by, and it was February 2016. And I still didn't get it, but I knew I had to play it. But I said, you know what? Before I play Fallout 4, I got to catch up. So I got to play New Vegas first. So I bought New Vegas on Steam back in February 2016, and I played through all of New Vegas. I kind of rushed through the main storyline, didn't do any of the DLCs, missed a lot. But by the time I finished New Vegas, I had been bitten by the bug, and I had to play Fallout 4. Because the entire time I'm playing New Vegas, I'm like, this game is so great. If only it had updated graphics. And then I keep on thinking, well, wait a minute. They just released Fallout 4. It's got better graphics. So I beat the main story in Fallout New Vegas. I bought Fallout 4, and the rest is history. I just fell in love with it. Now I'm going back, and I'm so grateful that I can go through all of the stories that I missed in my first run-through. It was a quick run-through of New Vegas. And I hadn't played Fallout 8 since, it's been almost 10 years. It was 2008 when I played Fallout 3. Last played Fallout 3, so I'm revisiting many of these experiences and learning a lot about the game that I didn't know at the time. So I'm just really happy.
Okay, so Pickle Juicy asks if you played on the Game Boy.
Oh yeah, I'm a child of the 90s, so yeah, I had a Game Boy. I rocked Tetris, and then I played that Super Mario game. I don't remember what it was called, but I can sing the song. I still remember the song after all these years. That game I played a lot. I played that Mario game. I don't remember what it was called. Mario Land, Mario World, something like that. But that's really it. I was really into it for a couple of months, and then I stopped playing the Game Boy.
Okay, 13 Hayes asks, what's your favorite Fallout 4 Easter egg?
Easter egg. Easter egg. I mean, I can't even think of any off of the top of my head. What is... I guess I need to understand what you mean by Easter egg. If you're talking about quirky scene, like an arrangement of teddy bears or cats and stuff like that, then I guess I would say one of my favorite things is when you swim to the bottom of the ocean and you go into that sunken ship and you see a bunch of cat paintings affixed to the ceiling and a cat shrine. No one would find that unless... I mean, how many people found that in their gameplay? That fact that they would put that there, that they would take the time to put that there was really fun. So I guess I'll answer you with that, even though I know that's not really an Easter egg.
Okay. Chitobius13 asks, do you think power armor should be stronger or weaker in Fallout 4? Why? And he's asking for why.
Well, I don't think it should be stronger or weaker. There are things I would do differently about it. The problem with power armor, I think power armor in Fallout 4 is a great advance from power armor as it was implemented in every other Fallout game. It makes it much more interesting. I love the power armor frame. I love how modular it is. I love everything about power armor in Fallout 4. But if I were to find some criticisms, it would be that I don't like how the X01 suit is better in every measurable way than every other suit of power armor. Because as a player, it puts me in the position of being like, even though I love the look of the T60 better and the T45 better than the look of the X01, I have to choose the X01 because it's better. It's got better damage resistances. It's got better everything. It's just better. So I have to choose it, even though I'm not terribly fond of the look of it. So what I would have preferred is if each of the different suits of power armor was better or worse than some of the others in certain ways, so that there wasn't one group of power armor that was just measurably better than all of the others, that all of the different pieces of power armor were equal. They were equally good depending upon the different kind of play, but you might prefer one or the other depending upon the different kind of play style that you chose. That's how I would have changed power armor, so that I wasn't forced to choose the X01 for every single playthrough because it was just the best. I also don't like the carry limit thing, because there are ways in the vanilla game, even without mods, to make it so that your vanilla character outside of power armor has a higher carrying capacity than being in a power armor suit. But the problem is that no matter what you're wearing, every time you jump into a suit of power armor, your power armor is limited. The suit of power armor limits. Even if you have perks and your abilities allow you to carry more weight outside of power armor, the moment you jump inside, all of that is taken away, and you're stuck at one at one limit of carrying capacity. And that doesn't seem logical to me, and it's frustrating. I would prefer it if power armor came with mods that you could install to increase your carrying capacity even greater, and if the baseline of carrying capacity for power armor was based on your character's carrying capacity due to the perks that he or she had chosen. That's how I change it.
Okay. Sorry. Adrian Acosta asks, out of all of the Fallout series, which of the stories in the Wasteland was the saddest for you?
Well, I think Randall Clark is the saddest. I know I just did it, but it's still so tragic and sad, but with the twinge of happiness at the very end, that that's definitely the saddest. The toy maker, Arlen Glass, is a pretty sad story too. But still, I think Randall Clark is saddest.
Okay. I gotta say I agree, but I'm biased. So, Scott Leno asks, do you think the Legion is a legitimate faction in Fallout New Vegas, or do you think they kind of half-baked it by not adding in, a moral side to them?
The Legion are a great villain. It's good to have great villains. It's easy for me to choose against the Legion in Fallout New Vegas. I understand all of the arguments. It's a wasteland. There's no such thing as morality in the wasteland, which I disagree with, but people will have that opinion, or they're actually making the world safer, and only the Legion makes the road safe. The NCR is failing, and the NCR is correct. I understand all of the arguments, but the Legion is evil. I'll get into that in a series of videos on the Legion that I'll get into in the future. I would have preferred it if, like the NCR, the Legion had more redeeming qualities. Yes, the NCR has a bunch of horrible qualities, but they don't rape women, and they don't rape people, and they don't kidnap people, and they don't sell people into slavery. There are so many things that the Legion does that the NCR does not do that makes them less evil. I realize that the NCR is corrupt. I get it. Corrupt. Totally corrupt. But there are so many people in the NCR who have good hearts and are trying to work for the good of mankind. And the NCR, despite its corruption, is definitely trying to rebuild society and help the most people. They're trying to rebuild society as opposed to the Legion, which is trying to reinvent society. Reinvent society as Legion only. There is no place for other people, other ways of thinking, apart from what the Legion wants and the Legion's way of thinking. One of the reasons why I oppose the Legion. Even though the NCR just has their own opinions, they don't go out to eradicate everyone that they disagree with, right? Not everyone, some people. Anyway, I'm not going to get into an NCR versus the Legion debate right now. We'll save that for a future video. But with the NCR, when you learn their story, you get to see all of the horrible things that they did. And one of the most frustrating things to me was when I was talking with Daniel and Honest Hearts, and I learned that NCR prospectors were murdering tribals and even children. And that just breaks my heart, and I just can't believe that the NCR would do something like that. Is it something that has been condoned by the NCR, or are these just rogue NCR prospectors that just decided to go on a killing spree, and they would have been condemned by the NCR brass if the NCR knew about it? I don't know. That's something that we don't know the answer to. Where I think that the Legion lacks in terms of a fleshed-out faction is there's really no redeemable quality in my mind. Sure, you could talk about social stability and say that that's a better thing, but aside from social stability and the safety of the roads, if you agree with the Legion, there's really no redeemable quality within the Legion. They don't make a compelling argument to me. And I would have preferred it if they had made if there were different aspects to their personality as a faction that made them more redeemable, so that I would have a harder time dismissing them. It would have been great, it would have been more Fallout-ish if every faction had some really redeemable quality within them, so that not one... And you know, this is the same argument that I have with Fallout 4. Really, but I mean, I think the Legion are clearly evil. More clearly evil than either the Brotherhood or the Institute are clearly evil. So I guess I don't have the same argument with Fallout 4 that I do with New Vegas on that. Anyway, we'll elaborate on those thoughts in future videos.
Okay, expanding upon that, who do you think is better villain slash boogeyman, the Institute or the Legion?
Institute. I mean, I think the Legion is definitely more ruthless, but if you think about a boogeyman, I mean, the boogeyman can not only harm you and kill you, a boogeyman can terrorize you. A boogeyman can give you dread. And there's nothing more dreadful than thinking that your family member at any given time can be swapped with a doppelganger, and you can't even trust your wife or your kids. You can't trust anyone because they may be secret agents of the Institute. That is a level of fear and dread that no other faction can match. And that makes the Institute a much better villain and a scarier boogeyman, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of why I added the boogeyman in there, because you got to look at the Institute's fear factor.
Yeah, they've got a good fear factor.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to butcher this name. Sensei Seth? I have one question. What are your thoughts between New Vegas's hardcore mode and Fallout 4's survival mode?
Well, I'm not qualified to answer that because I haven't played New Vegas's hardcore core mode yet. I have played survival mode on Fallout 4, and it's... I understand why people really like it, but I've always found survival mode in games like that to just be unnecessarily tedious. And maybe it's because I'm the kind of person who really gets into a game because of the story. And I know that there are other people who really get into games because of the experience. The experience of surviving is what really captures their imagination. That's the thing that they enjoy. They can spend a good 2 hours or so just surviving, and the struggle of trying to get through one location. That's what's really valuable to them in a game, and I respect that. But that's not the way I am when it comes to games. That just frustrates me. When it comes to games, I want to enjoy the gameplay, and I want it to be challenging, but I don't want it to interfere with me getting to the story. I really want to get to the story. So I'm really not qualified to talk about survival or a hardcore mode because I haven't played them a whole lot. But that's my opinion on it.
Okay. Canuck 82. He asks, "What are your thoughts on the rumor of one of Bethesda's upcoming games being a sci-fi space-based new game?"
I love it. I would embrace it. I was disappointed. So there were two games that came out that I anticipated and was ultimately disappointed. No Man's Sky, of course, we all were, and Mass Effect Andromeda. I really tried to get into Mass Effect Andromeda. I spent a week playing every now and then. I did a few live streams, tried to sit down and do some content, and it just... Sitting down to make a Mass Effect Andromeda video, I just dreaded it. It was like nails on chalkboard. I wasn't interested in the story. I didn't care about the characters. Nothing about that game compelled me. And that's just me. I know that there are some people who thought that it was a decent game. But for me, I just couldn't get into Mass Effect Andromeda, and so I was disappointed. What I would really love is a big sci-fi world-visiting game where you can visit worlds and they are their own open environments, each with its own story, and it's compelling, that I can get into. I don't know if Destiny 2 is going to be that. Probably not, since it has a huge multiplayer aspect and it's light on PvE. And I'm really hoping that Destiny 2 doesn't deal with lore like they did in Destiny 1. In Destiny 1, they had all the Grimoire cards, and in order to understand the story, you had to log out of the game and log into your browser on your computer to read these Grimoire cards. Who does that? Who is the genius who sat down and said, I know, let's make a video game, but for them to get the story, they've got to stop playing the video game? Who comes up with that idea? But I hear that they decided not to do that in Destiny 2, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm interested in seeing if Destiny 2 is going to fill that void for me, and I'll be able to log in and play the game and walk away really enjoying the story. I mean, I don't know yet. I've played the beta. It's all right. It's all right, but I don't know enough about the story to really love it yet. But to answer your question directly, I would love it if Bethesda made a really cool sci-fi starship space adventure where you go to different planets and you can learn about new cultures and visit ruins and stuff. That would be a lot of fun. So yes, I would highly anticipate a game like that.
Hector Delgado Jr. Asks, in what situation do you think the Brotherhood, the Minutemen, and the Railroad would have to work together, not necessarily just to defeat the Institute?
Well, I mean, that's the answer right there, to defeat the Institute. Here, let me share the poll one more time to make sure everybody gets a chance. Why can't I? Well, I mean, the clear answer is to defeat the Institute. That's really the only thing that all three factions have in common. The only thing they have in common is wanting to defeat the Institute. The Brotherhood of Steel is not interested in world building. They're not interested in society building. They're interested in hoarding technology and helping their own people. That's it. The Railroad is not interested in world building. They're not interested in rebuilding society. They're interested in their own one cause. Only the Minutemen are interested in everybody's cause, which is the rebuilding of society, which is recreating a civilization. So I don't think... I mean, the only reason those three factions get together is because they have one enemy, the Institute, and they all come together to defeat that enemy. I can't think of a cause where all three people would come together unless there was another piece of really important technology that the Brotherhood craved that they couldn't obtain on their own, and they needed the services, pardon me, of those other two factions to deal with. Since the Railroad is only interested in synths, there is no other cause other than defeating the Institute, where the Railroad would hop on board and try to help people out with. So, aside from killing the Institute, destroying it, there's no other cause that would get all three together, in my opinion.
Okay, so Fallout was a good game, that's his username, asks Oxhorn, what are your thoughts on a Fallout book, or on, Fallout books that are already have been created, like the survival guide?
I own all of the survival guides for every Fallout game. Tactics 1, 2, New Vegas 3, and 4. I really enjoy the books for 4. Bethesda did a great job with those books. Not only is the survival guide for 4 filled with all sorts of really interesting information, but they also produced a book called The Art of Fallout 4, which is a great piece of coffee table literature that I encourage you all to get if it's something that you're interested in. Not only is the art amazing, but we get to see a bunch of concepts that they had developed for the game that didn't make it into the final version of the game that are great fodder for mods. Like any modders out there would find a wealth of material for them to work with to produce things that Bethesda never found time to do. But the art for Fallout 4 is just stellar. And the other books are good too. The book for Fallout 3 is really well done, as is New Vegas. The other books are not quite as in-depth. In terms of a novel, I don't know. I've never been one to read novels based on movies and games. I get that there are people out there who really like that, but I want the story to really stay with the game. I deal with video and I deal with games. It's hard for me to get into a novel based on a video game. I kind of want my novels to be novels and my games to be games. I know that doesn't make any logical sense. There's no reason for me to feel that way. I just do. Like, I love reading novels, and I've got my novels, but I don't want those novels to become games. And then I've got my games, and I love playing those games, but I don't want those games to become novels. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but that's just how I feel. So I wouldn't be thrilled if a Fallout novel came out, and I probably wouldn't read it. I might read the Cliff's Notes so that I can make content on it.
Okay, so, Joma Hawk asks, what's your favorite weapon and armor in New Vegas and why?
Well, I haven't found them all yet, so it's hard for me to answer accurately. But from what I've come across so far, I really enjoy the medicine stick as a rifle. It's easy to use. I enjoy using the iron sights with that weapon. It's easy for me to aim and get accurate hits with that gun. I love the sound it makes. I love the way it handles. Wonderful gun. Mysterious Magnum is okay. I'm really getting tired of the noise it makes every time I draw the weapon. But I love revolvers. I chose to spec my character into Cowboy just so that I could use revolvers. I've never played a character up until this point who used revolvers primarily. So I'm enjoying that part of the game. I really need to get the Ranger Sequoia, but I haven't killed Hanyan yet, or I haven't allowed him to commit suicide yet. And I don't want to kill an NCR veteran to get the Ranger Sequoia. So I'm probably going to really enjoy the Ranger Sequoia once I get it, but I just haven't gotten it yet. Aside from that, I think that the Desert Ranger armor from Honest Hearts is just the best thing ever. It looks awesome. It's functional. It has lore associated with it. Staff Sergeant Vickers and his campaign in Nanjing and Shanghai. It's great. I love everything about the Desert Ranger armor from Honest Hearts. And I even really enjoy the Survivalist rifle. It's not something I'm going to use in everyday gameplay because I haven't spec'd into Grunt, I spec'd into Cowboy, so sadly I'm not going to get a perk bonus for using that weapon. But I love the fact that it's got a bent iron sight. That's intentional. I'm going to talk about it in the gear video that I publish tomorrow. But Joshua Sawyer answered a question that somebody gave him about the Survivalist rifle on Formspring back when he was doing Formspring. And somebody said, why is the iron sight bent on the Survivalist rifle? Is that a mistake? And he said, no, it's not a mistake. It was intentional. We really wanted the weapon to feel like it had been used and abused for a very long time, for potentially hundreds of years. By the people who owned it before the Survivalist got his hands on it. And then for 70 plus years in Zion after, or, I don't know, how many years? 30 plus years in Zion after the Survivalist got his hands on it. Which is why the wood is, he described the wood in the stock as being made from old pieces of furniture, which I think is really cool. And at some time somebody tried to affix a scope onto the top of the Survivalist rifle, which accidentally bent the iron sights, and instead of fixing it himself, the Survivalist just got used to aiming down the rightmost stock of the iron sights. I find all of those little bits and pieces that went into the creation of the Survivalist rifle so cool that they would take the time to sit down and come up with all of that for one weapon in the game. It's got its own story. Who does that these days? Nobody does that these days. It's so well done. They put so much thought into it, and I love that about Honest Hearts. I just love it. But I sadly won't be able to use it because I'm not spec'd into Grunt. Maybe on another playthrough.
Yeah, totally agree. I've been using that weapon, and it's really fun to use as opposed to like the service rifle. But back to the question. John Bayer 95 asks, "What do you think about the Midwestern or West Coast Brotherhood of Steel as opposed to the East Coast Brotherhood of Steel?"
So one thing I really like about the Brotherhood of Steel is that every single location's faction is really different. The West Coast Brotherhood of Steel, the ones that we find in Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and then in New Vegas, their personalities are so different. Even the ones that we find in Fallout Tactics is the Brotherhood we find in Tactics is so liberal-minded that they allow sentient Deathclaws and ghouls, sentient hairy Deathclaws and ghouls to join the Brotherhood. That's how wildly different in philosophy these different branches of the Brotherhood of Steel can be. Their core tenets, I know that the Codex is rigid. We learned that from Elder McNamara and Paladin Hardin. Is that his name? Senior Paladin Hardin. We understand that the Codex is hard-coded, and you can even depose an Elder for violating the tenets of the Codex. But each faction kind of holds to those tenets differently. In Fallout New Vegas, they make such a big deal about not allowing insiders in, and Victoria's entire story hinges on how they don't want to allow new people into their ranks. Victoria is so concerned that the Brotherhood is going to die out simply because they have this bullheaded, rigid philosophy about not allowing other people who are not born into the Brotherhood into the Brotherhood. But by the time we reach Fallout 4, that's gone. They don't care. Even though Maxon brings the Brotherhood back from the liberal lions, the liberal-minded lions way of running the Brotherhood, which is wanting to help people and give people clear water. He thought that was too radical, so he brings it back to the core tenets of Brotherhood philosophy. But even he allows other people to join the Brotherhood. Even he is not quite as fundamentalist as the West Coast Brotherhood of Steel under McNamara and Hanlon, or not Hanlon. What's his name? Paladin Hardin. So I think it's so interesting the way that each different location's faction can be so different. And it tells me that, I mean, not one is right. Which one is right? Is Maxon right, morally right, for bringing the Brotherhood away from Lions and more towards the original Codex founding? Or what about the Chicago group, or the group from Fallout Tactics? Were they just horribly wrong for allowing sentient Deathclaws and ghouls to join their ranks? Which one of these? They're both Brotherhood. They've both been approved by the West Coast Brotherhood elders. So who's right? Maxon or the other guys? It's an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, okay. Definitely agree with how it ties into Veronica and her storyline. But Verissa Helix asked, "What's your favorite song on any Fallout radio station in any of the Fallout games? You know, Galaxy News Radio, Diamond City Radio, Classical Radio, etc."
Bongo, 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 I don't want to leave the Congo, no, 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 no. Who doesn't love Danny Kaye? Did any of you watch Danny Kaye growing up? I watched Danny Kaye growing up. I saw all of his movies. I love Danny Kaye. And I'm running around the wasteland, and then all of a sudden a Danny Kaye song pops on the radio. I mean, that's probably one of the things that sold me on the Fallout franchise. I'm like, what? They put Danny Kaye in this? Yes! So that's going to be my favorite. It's a great song. I find myself humming those songs even in my everyday life. Ink Spots are also amazing. You can't go wrong by throwing an Ink Spots song into a Fallout game. Okay, let's do 2 more questions, and then let's go to the game.
Okay, that works for us. Okay, I have to look through old questions. Oh, okay, the Blank Warrior asks, "What are your thoughts on the Enclave?"
I get asked this question every week, and it's hard for me to answer because I haven't really learned everything about the Enclave yet. What I know about the Enclave is what I've experienced briefly in Fallout 3, and that intro opening sequence in Fallout 2. And I have to say, any group of people who's going to land in vertibirds in front of Vault 15 and then kill all of the Vault residents, men, women, and children, not the best faction. I'm not a fan, I gotta say. Not the nicest guys. So that's my thought on the Enclave. But I will elaborate on those thoughts more as I explore more of Fallout 3 and, of course, Fallout 2 when I get it installed properly on my machine. All right, one more question.
Okay, the last question. McLovin Sexy Cheeseburger asks, what is your favorite companion out of all of the Fallout games?
I would rather drink whiskey with Cass. I'd rather have a beer with Nick. I'd rather flirt with Curie. That's the best way I can answer that. Each character is so interesting. I mean, I respect the heck out of Preston. There's even something admirable about Dance. And you gotta admit that Kate is just cute. It's hard to pick your favorite because you like them all so well. But that's how I would answer that question. Oh, that's right, Boone! How could I forget about Boone? Yeah, but he's not good company. He's such a downer. I like Boone so much, but he's a downer, man. All right. That's how I answer the question. All right, let's move on to a game. Let's check out our results. And the final tally is, drum roll.
I'm trying to do the best drum roll I got.
Metro wins at 200 votes compared to Destiny 2 at 136. 60% of you want me to play Metro, and only 40% of you want me to play Destiny 2. This is what happens when I leave it to a vote, and I gotta go with what the people said. So, never fear, ladies and gentlemen. I'm considering doing a video about Destiny 2, which I may publish this weekend sometime. So, I will share my thoughts on Destiny 2, and you're gonna see some high-resolution 4K footage of it. But, we're not playing it today. All right, let's get this thing up and going. Let's see if I can do this without my machine crashing. The last time I played Metro, the machine crashed. All right, let's launch it and then cross our fingers and make sure nothing bad happens. Give me a second. Metro. Click. Play. Yes, play. Don't crash, don't crash. Okay. Now to share my screen. Hey, where'd my webcam go? Wait a minute, that's not right. Hold on. Hey, there we go. Okay. I'm flirting with professionalism here on Scotch and Smoke Rings, ladies and gentlemen. Give me another 10 years of doing this, and I might be a pro. Okay, let's continue.
I went up again to the gloomy charm of post-apocalyptic Moscow. I was warned in Hull Station about a new squad of
Where did I leave off? It's been 2 weeks. Oh, that's right. That's right, I just killed... Okay, I remember what happened. I had one-shotted that big, giant bat thing. And now I need to figure out what to do next. All right, now you're gonna have to give me a moment to figure out what to do next. I think I need to go down here. I don't believe I've been here. I should probably turn my light off, huh? Whoops, I left my other music on. Hold on. There we go. Oh. Wait a minute, is there nothing here? Oh, here we go. I feel like I've been here before. What? How am I out of ammunition? Alright. There we go. You know you're going the right way when you find a bunch of bodies. I love the look of this game. It's so great. This is exactly how I would imagine a post-apocalyptic Russia. Not that I've ever been to Russia. I mean, there's nothing I have that to base it on. I haven't even seen any movies about Russia. But if I were to imagine Russia, it would be just like this. Yeah, you like how I turn off the lights for stealth, but I've still got my flashlight on? That's right, that's how we do things at Scotch and Smoke Rings. Ah! That's a bit of. Means I'm going the right way. Okay. Down we go. Oh no. What? Oh, there was just a secret? Ah. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Aha! Okay, I have no idea where to go. And I'm back where I started. Maybe it's this way. Yeah, that's new. A hole going down. That's... Maybe I should take that off. Why do I keep having that? Here we go. I haven't been here before. And saved. Good sign. Okay. Ooh. Loot. I'll take it. What's that? Oh, I can't take the pistol. Is that a bad guy? Or... Oh, that's right. I'm in German territory. And I still don't have any more of that loot, of that ammunition. Doggone it. My silenced weapon is out of ammo. Crap. Oh! That's right! I have night vision. Pardon me. Sorry, my Fallout player was kicking in, and I was looting everything.
I'm not sure.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Getting as cold definitely seems a possibility now.
What's all this?
Just a month left.
Coffee, vodka, gruel, and some meat.
Just like heaven. Only a month left.
Oh man, is that it?
Hey, what? Seems like swimming boots on. Well, it's just my imagination after all. Sleep deprivation.
Doggone it. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna have to do? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Get back, get back!
Hey, what the hell was that?
No! Oh, come on, man! Go back, go back. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I called him. Oh, this is just great. Huh? A bunch? What? Seems like someone. Damn it, guys. Getting cold definitely seems a possibility now.
Okay, okay, we're doing okay. I'm gonna have to kill him. There's no going around it. I'm gonna have to kill him. There's nothing in this room. Then why give me this room? Oh, window! Window! I can go out the window. No, I can't go out the window. Oh. Hey, buddy, are you looking at me?
There's no end.
Doggone it.
Oh, shit. Oh, Metro heard that.
We're okay. We're okay.
Huh? It seems like...
I can't get those gas filters? No? Oh, and I don't have the key. Ah.
Definitely seems a possibility. Who's that? Shit. Even my ears are going back. It's out there.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Damn. Kind of scary. Well, guys, I've gotten elsewhere. Shit. Hey, what the?
I had a Metal Gear Solid moment right there. I thought they almost got me. Is there anything special in here? Where do I get that key? I want the key to that safe. I need some more ammunition for my sniper silenced weapon. I don't have a... Wait, oh, this is a silenced weapon. That's right. Oh, okay, the one I've been using this entire time. That's right. Of course. I mean, I guess I should have guessed it is quiet. All right. Scotch. No. No. Rum. All right. I should probably kill him when he's walking over there, huh? Gosh, I am just tearing through my air filters. Oh, I don't know how much air I've got left. Those guys were easy because they're in their own little rooms. I've got 1, 2, 3 guys over there. If I can get this guy when he walks over there on the other side of that wall, I may have a chance of doing it without getting caught. That's right, buddy. Keep on walking. Go past the light. Keep walking. Keep on walking. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah.
Oh, come right here! Hey guys! We got to make him pay!
Oh no! What have I done?
Casualty! I get you for this!
I know. Oh, how did I mess that up? Oh, I'm so bad. Wait, I got this one. Come on now. Well, if I do that, they're gonna blind me with their flashlights.
Hello! They're here! Hey! Sit down! Casualty!
Come on, you Nazis! Come around the corner. I don't want to wait anymore. I'm tired of waiting. What was that? Did he just breathe fire? All right. Okay, we're okay. Got it? Yeah. Got the ammunition. There's one over here. I think that's it. There we go. Ha ha ha! We survived. Oh, more air filters. I'm so glad. Another air gas mask. Look at all this loot. I gotta get what's on the other side of this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I go that way or is there another way over here? Oh man, there's another way over here. I got plenty of shotgun shells. Did I do this room yet? No, I didn't, did I? Oh, no, I did. I did. I did this room. That's right, this is the room I dropped down. Okay. Sorry, I got disoriented for just a brief moment, but it was just a brief moment. Okay. Woo! It's a blustery day. Make sure you're wearing your parkas. No. Oh, man. Oh, man. I got the freaking bat dragon thingies. I don't want to fight them. Hey! Don't shoot at me, you got bad thingies to shoot at! That's what happens when I don't do stealth. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna do it. We got it. Okay, now, what did I do wrong last time? I don't want the bats to get me, and jet. I'm surrounded by Nazis.
Okay, let's go then.
Coming so close to me. Stop! Stop! What is that? Why is it doing that? Ugh. Why is that guy hovering in the air like that? Alright, I'm not going to waste my ammunition on that. What is going on? Why is he hovering in the air like that? Hey, hey, come on now. They're doggone creatures. Where do I go? Where do I go? Hey, where do I go? Off of me, man. Don't touch me. Alright. Come on, think about this. This way? No, oh, this way! This way! Yes! Down into the... Oh, no.
It was clear that Black Station was occupied by fascists. But Ullman had said he'd wait for me there. I had to risk it.
Ullman? Did I miss something? Who's Ullman? Oh, what's this? The night vision is too much. Turn it off.
Who is it? Surrender and you won't get hurt. I swear.
Whoa. What's Lorenzo Cabot doing there? He's wearing a fancy Lorenzo helmet.
What took you so long? Where's Pavel? Did he... All right, later.
Yeah.
The situation got worse. Nazis literally flooded the station. He'll have to act alone. Sorry. But if you can shut down their generator, it'll be easier to sneak past the guards. Take this. I will wait for you in the deserted tunnel to Polis.
What is that? Is that a... What is that? Well, I guess I gotta swap it out. What is this? Woo! I think I like it. Whatever it is. Okay. Well, thank you, strange savior man who came through the grating to give me an awesome weapon. I will make good use of it. Can I disarm these? No, Brandon, this isn't Fallout. Gosh. Alright, hold on. Just don't say anything. Just don't say. Heal up. Okay. Crouch down. Night vision. Let's not let that happen again.
What's that? I heard a noise.
Big one! Over. No coming! You done for!
Well, I failed at that. Oh yeah, a spotlight shining right on me. Of course I failed at that. Don't worry, I will learn. It's probably as soon as I'm dead, but I will learn. What's this? Ooh, that would have been cool. I should have used that. Gone up there. Oh, well. Oh! Oh! It's another girder thing. I'm not going to let that happen again. Ah! Ooh, gosh, I'm... Ah. All right, that way, or... Okay, ooh, what's this? We all wear impenetrable armor. Even after taking off one's vest or all the clothes altogether, one still stays clad in head to toe. Is he speaking, like, metaphorically? I mean, naked is naked, right? We are afraid of opening up. Oh, he is speaking metaphorically. We're afraid of opening up to people, of course. Showing our feelings, afraid of someone understanding our thoughts. We hide our faces wearing gas masks, but there's one more mask beneath that one. Ullman, the indomitable optimist, the light-hearted jester. I had only seen his real face when his comrade died. Tired to death, almost desperate. That's how he looked. For only a second. A moment later, he had his armor back, and was his regular. So that wasn't me, and was his regular funny self again. I didn't try to get him open up. I didn't try to get him to open up again. It's not the Metro way, and I'm certainly not opening up for anyone myself. It's not the Metro way. Alright, am I out of batteries? I am out of batteries. My night vision isn't working. Doggone it. My night vision is dead. How can I charge it? Can I charge it? I can charge it! Oh, look at that beauty! I love this thing. It's so nice. Auschwitz. No? Okay.
I can't take this shit much longer. Alright, come on. Who's gonna... Hey. Looks like there's... Anyone see him?
This is wonderful.
Hey, you freak! Come out slowly! With your hands above your head!
Surrender and you won't get hurt. I swear.
What did I miss this way? There was something this way, wasn't there? I know I missed something. Which way do I go? Ooh! Oh!
Somebody definitely moved.
I guess it doesn't matter which way I go. They both lead to death. Wait a minute. Oh, this is where I came from. What's wrong with me? Gah.
So, let's go look for the cover.
Let's move. Look around now.
Don't forget to cover each other's backs. Hey you! Give yourself up and you'll be spared, if you're not muted.
How could he not be mutated if he's fucking commie?
How could he not be a mutant if he's a commie?
He isn't going anywhere.
What the hell? He might
You're not getting away.
If I go that way, I'm going to be bathed in light. But I hear footsteps coming from that direction.
Let's look for him. Let's get the ball rolling.
You're not getting away.
Oh, man. Oh.
Where is he? Hiding.
Ah, am I stuck? No. Okay.
He isn't going anywhere. Stay cool.
Gotta get him. Think I got him.
You ever hear the stories about Metro 2 and the Invisible Watchers? No. You've heard of Ragnarok, the last battle of the gods? Well, Metro 2 is the place where the gods of the sun
I want to hear this story.
will take shelter if the forces of evil prevail. The legends say Metro 2 lies hidden beneath this one. Ours is the Metro for the sheep, and the Metro 2 is for the shepherds and their dogs. Once upon a time, the shepherds ruled the herd. But later, their strength weakened, and their sheep were dispersed in many directions.
What? Looks like there's someone.
Sleep deprivation does play its tricks.
What's that?
Hey, what the hell was that?
I heard a noise.
What the fuck?
Seems like somebody actually.
Come on.
Excuse me. I should go check.
You're done for! Man down! You pig!
How many more? One more?
We'll find you soon.
Good. I think that's it.
Just you wait.
Nope, that's not it. Oh, hey! Okay. I think that's it. All right, that's it. Now I can turn my night vision on and try and loot the place. What did I miss by not going down this way? Oh, that is the way I came. Okay. Or is this the way I came? What? Ah. Whoa, what is that? I'm thinking that may be the way to go, so let's finish looting this place before we go down. If there are flies, there are bodies. If there are bodies, there are loot. Ah, there we go. What's the lighter hotkey again? No, that's not the way I go. Or maybe it is the way I go. I don't know. This is the way I go. Downstairs. Alright, I gotta go check out that hatch. I'm gonna kick myself as there's a key in there. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa. Rum. Right. What was that? What did I just do? Oh, filthy! That's filthy! Oh, okay. Metro kills the belief in miracles, but teaches you to live without hope. And still, I can't find any explanation for me being able to successfully negotiate the labyrinth of the Black Station. Full of Nazis, mind you, short of a miracle, as if I was led by someone. Was it my stupid undying hope, or perhaps fate itself? How did that get moved? How did that light get moved? All right. How did that light get moved? What moved that light? Not happy right now. Not happy at all. No. Hey, buddy. You got anything for me? Nope. I'm off. Oof. That's horrible. Okay. Slow and easy wins the race. Slow and easy.
Artyom, my man, you made it.
Whoa! Good, brother.
Climb in here and rest.
Thank you.
We'll reach Polis soon.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Not that I'm complaining.
The usual mutant creatures. This is something else. Something much worse. Fear.
Fear.
We're weak.
No.
We'll die.
No. Terror.
Even children hated by their parents try to love and understand them. We wish to understand you and help you.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm gonna run. Run. Yeah, no, you won't. No. Oh, no, I'm done.
You can't hide from the future.
Hello, future. Hello.
It's hard to describe my feelings at that moment. Exhausted, yes, but joyful. I had made it. Once I delivered Hunter's message, the rescue of my home station would be decided by those stronger and wiser than I. And my task would be over.
Or so he thought.
Hey, you at the rail car! Stop the engine! Do not move! Name yourselves!
Oh, we're Nazis come here to take your station.
Old man, is that you? You're lucky Petrovich isn't here. He's not a man for jokes. Who's that with you?
He's from the northern frontier. I'm escorting him from the Black Station.
All right, come on through.
These green eyes remind me of Dead Money. I finally made it.
All right, let's go. You'll be out soon.
What are you looking at? Get lost! Welcome to Polis, Captain Krasnov. You've come a long way, young man. Where exactly are you from?
He's from the exhibition.
What, can't he speak for himself?
Look, Captain, it's the kid's first time in Polis. He's been through hell getting here, and he's carrying Hunter's message to Miller. So, cut him some slack, huh?
All right. Get changed. There's the clothes. You can leave your gear. It'll be safe here. You'll get it back sparkling clean.
You go ahead and take some rest, Artyom, and I'll go find Miller. I hope he's not out on a mission.
By the way, don't forget to scrub yourself down in the lobby, Ullman.
I won't. You pain in the ass.
Would you rather have two-headed kids? Idiots.
All right. For as long as I really remember myself, I always had the dream of visiting Polis. The hard and hopeless life underground wears man down, makes him a savage, a beast, and only in Polis does he manage to keep a resemblance to the great people of the past, the ones who had the planet in their pocket. Polis is the last refuge of the scientists, the educators, the artists, everyone who'd be deemed useless by the other stations. The last citadel of culture and civilization. And the stories told in the Metro insist that electric lights were on their day and night through. Just like it used to be in our past. That's never to return. Polis did deliver on all the outrageous expectations I had. Vast, shining, cleaned to perfection. A real underground city. Its 4 stations united into one rhyme with the halls of the ancient temples I saw in history books. By just being here, you start to feel this incredible energy. Start to believe that humanity will once more rise from its knees. If there is a force in the Metro capable of saving the exhibition from the Dark Ones, it must reside here. Well, sounds like we found the last bastion of hope for humanity here in the Polis. He doesn't want me to go back out.
I want to go pee.
Selling, buying.
Too late. Now you have to wait.
Special offers, discounts.
Don't paw me.
All right, I think this is going to be a good place to stop. We had a save just before this moment, so I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast here. We'll pick up next week, same Ox time, same Ox channel. I got to finish my video for tomorrow. I still haven't finished editing the audio.
Sir, report.
Dismissed.
So I have a bit of work ahead of me.
What is the message from Hunter?
This way.
All right, I'll follow you next time. Anyway, thanks for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to tune in next week, same Ox time, same Ox channel, and tune in tomorrow morning for the dramatic conclusion to my series on Honest Hearts, where we will go over every bit of loot that you can get from that DLC. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had a blast. I sure had a blast. And until next week, be sure that each and every one of you stays classy.